Rural Americans deserve access to the best our nation has to offer, especially when it comes to health care. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families' health. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Breaking news, WABC.
And, John, we are back. John Solomon, founder of Just the News, always has the big breaking scoops. And, John, what do you got today?
Well, a lot happening. Perhaps the most powerful thing, President Trump and Marco Rubio saying back-to-back just a little while ago to Iran, you ain't seen nothing yet. More fierce and even more ferocious attacks on the way is what the president and Marco Rubio just told reporters. That is not a good sign for Iran, which has already suffered some really significant losses in their leadership. Meanwhile, the death toll for Americans who've been either attacked by Iran or were part of the operation has risen to six. 6 American warriors now dead in this. President Trump saying there will be more probably, but we are fighting for a very noble cause. Meanwhile, Iran has picked a potential successor to the Ayatollah Khamenei. Not a good guy, a guy that previously has been advocating for the eradication of Israel. So they're picking a Khamenei successor that looks an awful lot like the man who held that Supreme Leader's post for 37 years. Meanwhile, up on Capitol Hill, the House Oversight Committee released its footage from the interviews with Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton last week in the Epstein case. Perhaps the most dramatic moment, Hillary Clinton stormed out of the deposition for a period of time, captured on video. You can see that over at justthenews.com. And then a piece of history for the first time in American history. A first lady presided over a UN Security Council meeting. That's what Melania Trump did just a little while ago.
Yeah, she was great. By the way, tell us about the 6 soldiers that died, because there were 4. Were they all in the same... Was it in the same moment that this happened with the same strikes?
No. Unclear, but it does look to be multiple incidents over a couple of days. So about 15 or 20 wounded, 6 dead. Looks like multiple incidents that run up that tally. Some were missile strikes by Iran. Some may have been some special operation forces moving around in the Middle East. So we're keeping a close eye on that. A lot more attacks just began about 25 minutes ago. New attacks, at least out of Israel, on Iran. There's a significant amount of activity tonight. I think the most ominous thing, if you're an Iranian, is the notion that what has happened already is not nearly as fierce as what's coming ahead. The president clearly signaling something bigger going on. And this just crossed my desk as we were sitting here. Marco Rubio has told all Americans to leave the Middle East, wherever you are in the Middle East, get on out. Another sign that perhaps a larger operation is ahead.
Wow. And John Solomon, what the heck happened with getting our own airplane shot down in
Friendly fire incident, yes. You have jets traversing Kuwait right now that don't normally cut through that airspace, but they're needed to do so for this operation. And at the same time, Iran is launching into that airspace, and sometimes the fog of war confuses people who aren't used to operating anti-ballistic missiles. And so our jets came through Kuwait at the same time. Some Iran missiles were heading in that direction, and they mistook our jets for the bad guys when they were the good guys, fortunately.
Well, I'm sure they're going to buy twice as many jets back for us.
They certainly have a checkbook for that.
And the good news is none of our pilots died.
Yep.
That's right.
That's a great
exactly
news.
Right.
Thank you so much, John Solomon, and let's catch up again real soon because there's too many things happening. Thank
you, John.
Absolutely. Great to be with you guys.
You too.
If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy.
Download and subscribe
at BeBullish.com.